If you don't know about flyer deals on Instacart, this message is for you. Flyer deals are like strolling through your favorite store looking for deals, but you're scrolling your phone, and maybe you're in bed. Because getting delivery doesn't mean you have to miss deals like you'd get at the store, like the one creamer that doesn't make your stomach hurt, or the pasta sauce you can't not buy when it's on sale. So download the Instacart app, shop flyers, and never miss a deal on one of your favorites. Plus, get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes.
Come on, do that summer fun thing. Silverwood, come join the fun. Thrills and spills that'll make you scream. Silverwood, come join the fun. Silverwood, come join the fun.
Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of the Silverwood Show Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm here with my co-host, Jordan.
Hello.
And this one's all about everything.
You, the guest.
Me?
No, you, the guest.
I was like, dang, that's exciting.
No, it's not about you.
It's always about me, Jordan. I always
Okay,
make it about
got
me.
it.
But no, this is about you, the guest. We're going to make your trip to Silverwood so easy in this episode. You can refer back to this one when you have questions.
Yes.
Everything
That's the
you
goal.
need to know.
And we get so many questions about what's the busiest time, when's the best time to come to the park, all that stuff. So we're going to try to answer everything in this episode at the Big Drop. This is our visitor guide for 2025.
Let's go.
Park Pulse.
Well, let's talk about some of the goings on here at the
The
park.
goings on. Let's do it.
On. We are a week out.
Yes.
We're a week out. A week and a day.
A week and a day from opening day 2025.
Yes. So lots of things happening. Almost heading into dry run.
Yeah. Which is in 2 days.
Yeah.
Saturday is
so,
dry run.
Yeah. And for those that don't know what a dry run is, it's kind of like a soft opening,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so everybody that works at the park gets 4 tickets to invite friends and family to come out, and so we can like practice on those people. And we practice everything from just all the food items, running the rides, but also like evacuations, medical emergencies, and so we do all these practice in case of something for real to happen, that we have this under our belt for all of our cast and crew to remember in that time. And so it's not a fresh thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't want some emergency to happen and everyone be like, oh no, I totally forgot what I was supposed to do. So
Right.
this is kind of cool and kind of fun for the families to go behind the scenes and see what, their family member is doing as a cast member. So,
Yeah, so some examples might be we'll stop one of the roller coasters on the lift hill and have to evacuate people out of that safely. We will have a fake medical emergency at a ride and make sure first aid responds, and we'll call the Timberlake Fire to come out and bring their paramedics and go through that whole procedure so that we're ready for that. So we do this for the dry park, which is this weekend, and then we also do a dry run for our water park as well before we open that.
fun.
Yeah.
So I get to experience this twice.
Yes. Well, and so next week we'll talk a lot more about how it went, all the details of that as we get ready for opening.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. My conductors are coming out, my ambassadors for their big orientation, so they get to experience the park kind of behind the scenes for the first time.
And so they start riding for us soon after that.
Yeah,
Yes.
right after that. Yeah, so we're going to get them kicked off that day, and you're going to be seeing some brand new Silverwood Express blogs coming through. So pretty excited about that.
Those are great for those who haven't been to silverwoodexpress.com. Before your trip, that's a great planning tool for you to. I mean, I know some of the most popular ones have been like what to pack for a day at Boulder Beach. Just those tips and tricks that from seasoned Silverwood families, that come out to the park, and they write about that, and in hopes that it helps you during your visit.
Exactly. And such a great, different perspective, at least because we're here every day. You guys are going to hear the same things sometimes. So it's nice to get that different perspective from a mom or from a dad or, about what to do with the kiddos and so on and so forth.
That's why it was created, was to do exactly that. And it has done that. And I'm excited for this new batch of conductors to come through and give their spin on some of the blog posts that we post on there.
And from all over the region.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great too. So very excited to have some of them showing up.
Yeah.
So welcome conductors. We have one more day of the sale?
Tomorrow, Friday.
So if you're listening, stop procrastinating. Now is the time. Go get your tickets. You're going to save $18?
$18 is our last chance sale. That's on 1-day and 2-day tickets.
Yeah.
So after this, they go up to full price.
Yeah. So get those tickets right now. And you can do that obviously super easy. silverwoodthemepark.com/tickets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
silverwoodthemepark.com/tickets gets you to a page. Then you have to click the link.
Yeah.
So
But it's easy
yes,
enough.
it's easy enough.
Yeah, easy
Go
enough.
to silverwoodthemepark.com. You'll find it.
You're going to find it. We had our big Eagle Hunt nomination for the 10 best USA Today readers poll for best water coaster. And let me tell you, I've got a good feeling. I can't say anything. We don't know yet. We're not going to know until what? Next Wednesday?
I believe it's next Wednesday.
Yeah, like
that
the
we'll know.
30th.
Yes.
So I think we came through. I really think we're going to put Silverwood on
I
the
feel
map.
really good about it too. The problem is that we knew going into the last week where we sat. And
Which
that
was
at
second.
number 2. And we had a lot of momentum. And then they didn't give any updates from then on of where we actually sat. So hopefully there's a lot of people that got their votes in and we can ride that wave to number 1.
Oh my gosh, we're going to. I'm just going to think positively. But either way, we're going to let you know how that turns out on the next podcast. So, eek. Okay. May weekends on sale now, right? So we got that going on.
Yep. Those are on our website as well. So if you want to come out during May and experience some of our promotion days, opening weekend, which is our anniversary weekend, Mother's Day weekend, Kids Weekend, Heroes Weekend is a full price ticket. So if you want to come out for Heroes Weekend, buy that ticket during the last chance sale.
Yes.
But police, firefighter, military, EMS, they all get in for free if they show an ID, so they do not need to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
But there are some other days, like there's like a couple May days and a couple June days where the water park isn't open. That's a cheaper ticket.
Yeah.
So all that's on our website.
Yeah, exactly. So if that summer body's not quite ready yet and you just want to come to the dry park, that would be me. Then totally, that's what you need to do. And you can save a little bit of money that way. What else do we have going on a week out? I mean, I just sat
park
in on
is
a
busy.
meeting that I never normally get to sit in on. And you guys are busy.
Yeah.
Our project managers, per se, very, very busy. Wow.
There is a lot going on right now. I know there's been a lot of like asphalt being poured and like all of our pathways are getting put back into place. And just the park is getting beautified again.
I've noticed how shiny and like the new paint jobs on everything. I'm like, wow, did that door look like that before? Like everything is just sparkly and new. And I mean, the landscapers out there just one by one, just planting things. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. I got to go into one of the greenhouses.
Oh, you did?
I went and checked it out. Oh,
they're awesome. Yeah.
So beautiful. So super excited about that. All of those coming out of the greenhouses and going out onto the streets. So
we don't really put out all of our plants until it gets warmer, but they'll start to trickle out, and that really is what makes the park bloom.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so pretty when all the plants are out. But then you look at like yesterday, I was leaving and Spin Cycle was running.
Yes, I saw it running too.
I know. So
last week.
Yes.
I saw it before you did.
Well, I saw it yesterday. So it's fun to see those rides start to get into movement and for our ride operators to get in and actually start to train on them, get it ready for the guests to come and scream their lungs out.
It's so weird, I have to say, seeing them running without people on them.
Yeah.
Like that's something I've never seen before. So when I saw Spin Cycle, I was like, that is so weird. Like, and I didn't see where the guys were. And so I'm like, is that thing just running by itself? They were there. They were there. But it's just, that energy, it's coming. Yeah, it's
for sure.
coming. And I know that you've been spending a lot of time on the train, getting everything ready for our big train show and robbery. So
we've been running some train rides and we're hopefully running a whole dress rehearsal today. And so I know they're working on the part out of the silver mine that's completely new this year, with some fun new things that we can allude to later. Yeah.
I saw you on the train when I was watching security do all their training last week, and I just wish I could explain to the audience the way your face looks when you're on that train. I mean, he's just waving and Jordan's big old smile, you know, he's just grinning ear to ear like you are in your element on that train. Yeah.
It is fun.
So I'm excited to see what you've come up with this year.
Hopefully people enjoy it.
Oh, they will.
Okay.
They will. I promise.
How was the security training?
Oh my gosh. So am I allowed to talk
sure,
about
talk
it?
about
okay.
it.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, not all the gritty details, but you can talk about it.
I was told I couldn't take any videos. So, because I thought I could pass that along, but then I found that wasn't true. But wow. Okay. Our security goes through a lot. Like a lot. And they actually have to go and get pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
And then beat up on this what would you call that? A foam board type thing with a guy holding it. And then they have to handcuff somebody.
While their eyes are burning.
Yes. And I am watching. I've got to tell the story of the woman, though. There was this one woman. She killed it. It was amazing. And, you know, you're watching some of the guys do it.
Yeah.
They're not doing as great, right? Okay. So this woman, she walks up. She got her silver hair, the whole thing. And I'm just like, wow, she's going to do it, you know? And there was no flinching. She just went in, she said her name, she started beating up the guy, and then got the other guy in handcuffs. She walks over, she looks over, and just puts her hands up in the air like, yeah, I just did this. Everybody else is walking away to go to get their eyes rinsed out, and they're just like crying and snot everywhere. And she just put her hands up in the air like she was a champion.
She's like, I get pepper sprayed for breakfast.
Yes.
So
just like looking at you, I would have never known, but don't ever judge a book by its cover, and don't ever disregard what those security guards have went through to be out there. I would not want to be chased down by one of them.
That kind of brought me to the next point of next year, trying to get you certified to be a security officer.
Jordan sends me a text. He's like, okay, so you're in next year to do this.
We need to show everybody how this whole thing works and all that.
I mean, I would. I probably would.
I mean, one of my favorite stories of all of Silverwood is watching the pepper spray, because there was this young man who was out there and it was his turn, and they spray him, and they're like, fight. And he's like, wait. You didn't get me in the eyes. Oh. And we all look at each other like, I can't believe he just said that.
I can't believe he admitted it.
So they come back and they're like, okay, we'll start from the beginning. And they douse him the next time. And he got it really good. Oh. And we were talking later. I was like, man, if that was me, I would have been full on Oscar nominated acting mode. I've been like, my eyes. Oh, help.
I would have been the opposite, like super tough, like this doesn't bother me.
Maybe
great.
that's what happened.
Oh no! Wow, I can't believe he admitted it.
I know. Well, that's the honesty you want in our security.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
This is called integrity.
It's a fun day, and you've got an audience. So something I never ever thought I'd see, and something I never realized actually happened. Yeah. So that's really cool. We put them through training, a lot of training. So very
this
neat.
time of year is where that all comes down.
So congratulations to our security for passing that. You've made it. I am thoroughly impressed by each and every one of you. So even the ones that weren't quite as tough as the lady. So all right, let's head into the mail train.
Mail train.
Okay, we got some great questions once again.
We always do.
From our loyal listeners. And I know I've been repetitive in this, but just in case you don't know what a loyal listener is, you can go sign up online at silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast. And we just might be calling you to not only be on the podcast, but win a pair of tickets and play a fun game with us. Yeah. Yes. But we're going to get to that in a second. Let's answer some listener questions.
There's a lot of questions from people who have signed up to be a loyal listener to say, what is a loyal listener? Like, well,
true.
This is what it is.
So we're answering the first question right there. A loyal listener is someone who actually listens loyally, typically. That's what we'd hope. Wait, I wonder what we're at. Did you check?
We were over 1,100.
So I can rub it in again that I was right.
I was. But I didn't say that we were going to go.
I saw the look on your face.
No.
Like you were doubting.
I don't doubt anymore.
Okay. Because you know I'm always right.
Okay.
So, hey, way to pull through, loyal listeners, even if some of you might not be loyal yet. We'll get you there.
They'll get you loyal.
We'll get you there. Yeah, exactly. So make sure if you have signed up that if you get some weird 208 number calling you on a random time on like a Tuesday, it's probably us calling you with free tickets. So if you don't answer, you don't get it.
It goes to the next person.
Yes. And we don't want that to happen. So let's answer some questions. What do you say? We got Carissa Riley writing in. She said, what year did Silverwood open? And are any of the original rides still there?
Yeah, they are.
They are. I'm going to let
So we opened in 1988 was our first year. Yes. And the original ride for the park was the train. And the train is still operating.
Yeah.
Going around that pathway. There weren't really any other rides. There was some like pony rides that were going around.
Yeah.
But where that place lives right now is where the carousel is. And so where the real ponies were, that's where the carousel is now. So that's kind of a little fun fact. Fun fact.
That's very cool.
But in 1990, that's when we actually started adding more rides like Country Carnival. Corkscrew came in 1990, which we still have Corkscrew, celebrating its 50th birthday this year.
So exciting.
It's been at Silverwood for 35 years.
Yeah, longer than it was at Knott's, right?
Yep.
So very cool.
So that's all exciting. And then some of the stuff like Tilt-A-Whirl, the log flume's the same. The Tilt-A-Whirl, we've updated it since.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking off the top of my head, Super Roundup, we've since at least changed the sign, I know, but I don't know if the actual structure changed. The Scrambler has changed since then. But those are kind of the main rides that were here in 1988 to 1990.
Very nice.
And most of them are still here, maybe just upgraded.
Yeah. What about buildings? What was the first building?
Lindy's was up there. The old ticket windows are the kind of like the second gate that you walk through from the courtyard. That's where the original ticket windows were.
Okay.
The train depot, pretty much all of Main Street.
Okay.
Victorian, all the way down to the candy shop and the other side with the boardwalk. Those are all original.
Gary wanted to build a town around.
Right. And the
his
info
train.
center is original. That's like the flight
okay.
deck from back with Henley. And then our employee cafeteria is called the Wingover.
Yes.
Which was a restaurant when it was at Henley, and we've moved it to where it's its location now, but it's the original building.
Very cool. So many fun little facts that people probably don't know about backstage and whatnot. So great question, Carissa. Thank you for that. Finally, Anya Pennick wanted to know, do the Bisons have babies?
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
do.
do.
And sometimes they have babies right when the train's going by.
Oh, like giving birth?
Like National Geographic style, yes.
So people have actually witnessed this.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
I don't know how I would.
It's interesting because like you'll be going on the train, and you know we always get some that are pregnant, and so they're going on the train, and then no baby, next train ride, baby. So it's like fresh.
Oh, wow.
And so we check on them, make sure they're doing well all through the night and all of that. So yes, they are
gooey and slimy and.
They're what it looks like on any of those Animal Planet shows that you watch.
Wow. So parents, be prepared. You might be talking about the birds and the bees. It's not our fault. We swear. Wait, do we name them?
I've never named them. I don't know if we name them. But like a baby bison is a calf, but they're also called red dogs because red dogs because they come out with like a very reddish tint to them. And on the train, when you ride the trip to yesteryear, we do talk about that and kind of the history and some of the fun facts about the bison. So yeah, they're called red dogs.
Red dogs. Okay, I like that.
They're very red and like that darker red.
They're bloody, aren't they?
No, not in that way. Just their fur is red and then it changes.
Sorry, I'm thinking National Geographic, Jordan.
That is true. But after they're all cleaned off by the mama, they still have
like redhead ginger.
Yeah, like a reddish tinted fur.
Let's call it ginger dog. I like that better. Okay, all right. Thank you, Anya. Anya, that's a great question. I think it's time that we choose a winner and give them a call.
We have a winner.
All right. They're telling me in my ear that we've got winner 777. Isn't that like a jackpot?
That is a jackpot.
That's a jackpot. So I feel like whoever this person is could get lucky. Maybe we're going to actually have someone get the sounder today.
We'll see.
We're going to see. So 777.
Because we haven't got it, let's bump up the prize another. I don't know. We're at 25.
Yeah,
let's bump it up to 50. $50 for the sounder if you get it right.
So they could get up to $75 altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, so
up the ante a little bit, especially because we got 777.
Yeah, I like this. So let's hope you come through. Yeah. All right, let's give them a call.
Hello?
Is this Cassidy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Cassidy. Hey, this is Sara and Jordan from the Silverwood Show Podcast here at Silverwood Theme Park. How are you?
Hi, good.
Hello. Oh my gosh, hello. I'm so glad you answered.
Thank you for answering.
We appreciate that. You are this week's loyal listener. So,
oh my gosh.
You've won a pair of tickets to Silverwood. And we're going to play a really fun game with you. If you want to win, we have like about $75 we wanted to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to play with us?
Sure, 1 second. Sorry,
you are fine. No, we love it. We love it.
Hopefully she'll be screaming on a ride later this summer.
Exactly.
I know. We're going there this summer, so we're very excited.
Well, now you're going +2.
Yeah, bring 2 more. Here you go.
Exactly. So we're super excited. What we're going to do, we're going to play a game of true or false with you. And every time you get it right, you get $5 of Silverwood cash. And then once we get past those, you're going to get to try our sounder. And we've been playing this every week and nobody's gotten it yet. And you were lucky number 777 in our loyal listeners.
So hopefully you're lucky.
So it's your lucky day. If you get this right, we've upped the ante a little bit from $25 for getting the sounder to $50.
To an extra $50, yeah.
So you could win up to $75 Silverwood cash on top of your 2 tickets, which you get to keep no matter what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that
All
sound
right,
good?
let's do it.
Let's get started. Okay, this is your first true or false. So there's a good 50-50 shot. You're going to get it right, okay?
Okay.
1.5 million gallons of water is used in the wave pools, Lazy River, and Rumble Falls at Boulder Beach. True or false?
True.
Nice
Very
work.
good.
$5 in the bank. We're kicking things off like we like to. So, number 2, the most consumed food at Silverwood is chicken strips.
False.
Oh,
That's
it is
true.
true.
It
It
is
is
true.
true.
Wow.
Yes. They love their chicken strips here. I know. I was
Popular.
actually surprised with that too. But
Yeah, I would have thought it was something different.
what would you have guessed?
It's been probably 20 years since I've been to Silverwood
Oh, wow.
myself.
Oh, this is going to be a great year
Um,
for you.
I know. Well, we live in Oregon, so
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
yeah, it was I think 2005 was the last time I went.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, make popcorn or ice cream?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would have thought ice cream.
Ice cream was
Personally.
probably up there for me too, but-
Absolutely. So, yep, they love their chicken strips around here.
Nice.
So, on to the third one. We've still got that $5 in the bank. The coffee roasting machine in the main entrance is non-working.
Oh, false.
Correct. Yes,
Yes.
we actually use that to roast
We
our
roast
coffee.
our own coffee.
Yeah,
Yep.
right here on site, and it's a beautiful machine. It looks like an antique. So, but yes, it actually does work. So, you've got $10 now. On to the next question. There is a fully stocked fishing pond on Silverwood property. True or false?
Ooh, I want to say true.
Yes, you are just moving through these. Yeah, and did it just get stocked?
It just
Jordan?
got stocked. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
it's backstage, so it
Yeah.
can't. No guest can get to it. But
No.
yes, you are correct.
Yes, there's an
Cool.
actual fishing pond. That's why you'll see the eagles flying over because they love that pond a lot. Okay, and this is your final true or false before we move into the sounder. And this one is kind of based off of a previous episode. So I'm Sarah, and my Scarywood name is Cocoa Puffs. True or false?
Oh gosh. True.
So
No.
close. It's Fruity Pebbles.
She,
It's a little trick
now you'll
question.
know. Fruity
Now you know.
Pebbles.
Yes. So if you're ever at Scarywood, I'm Fruity Pebbles. But
Okay, we have $15 in the bank.
we have $15 in
Okay,
the
so we
bank.
can add another 50 to this if you guess this one right. This might be a little difficult if you haven't been here
Yeah,
20
yeah.
years, but so I'm going to play a sound of a ride at Silverwood. It can be in the theme park or the water park side. I'm going to tell you all the rides that have been guessed so far that have been wrong. So people have guessed Log Flume, Bumper Boats, Thunder Canyon, and then the new Eagle Hunt attraction. So those are the 4 that have been guessed. Here comes the sound. Do you have any guess of what that sound is?
Sorry, my 3-year-old's making lots of noise. Oh gosh. Okay. The Riptide Racer?
Ooh, that was a good
That's a
guess.
good guess.
But that is
not,
unfortunate. You
no.
still get your $15 and
yes.
your 2 tickets.
Yes. And I'm going to be calling you in a little bit just to get you all set up with that. And we are so excited to see you this summer. And I can't wait to hear those kiddos the exact same way on all the rides, having the best time ever. So,
Great, thank you.
and thanks so much for being a loyal listener. And we'll see you at the park.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We'll
Thank
talk to you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Aw. I really thought her 3-year-old was a part of the sounder.
It sounded like
So,
it.
I mean, they're going to fit in just wonderfully
Yes.
here this summer. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, if you want to be a loyal listener and you're screaming right now, like I know what that sound is.
Yes. Maybe we'll call you.
Are we going to keep it at?
We'll keep it
Okay.
at the
Okay.
$50 extra right now. Yes.
So you
Yep.
definitely want to answer your phone. So make sure if you get a weird number in the afternoon from a 208, which is Idaho, that's us. And we're going to be calling you and you could be on the podcast next. So silverwoodthemepark.com/loyal listener.
Nope, /podcast. Do it again.
Oh, silverwoodthemepark.com/loyal listen. No.
/podcast.
Okay, I got this. 3rd time's the charm. silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast to sign up.
The big drop.
The big drop and our 2025 visitor guide. And so I'm going to rely on Jordan for a lot of this.
I'm going to rely on my notes for a lot of this.
Yeah. We've got some facts for you. We've got some info for you. And we're going to make this a very easy visit. And I'm going to basically learn right along with you because this is my first time kicking off a brand new season.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about it. So, Jordan, teach me all the
Okay.
things. Why don't we start out with like the calendar?
Yeah.
So we've got special weekends. We kind of talked about that already. Boulder Beach. When does it kind of kick
Boulder
off?
Beach, the first opening day of Boulder Beach is the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
So that is when Boulder Beach opens, and then we'll open daily with Boulder Beach opening only weekends from Memorial Day until June 7th. On June 7th is when we go 7 days a week, and Boulder
Okay.
Beach is open every day until Labor Day.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's just that 1 week that's
Just-
a little bit.
Yeah, so
Weird.
there's
Yeah.
so there's Memorial Day, and then we have we're open a little bit, not open. We're the weekend, Boulder Beach is back open,
Okay.
and then we have that next week where we're kind of open, not open, and then we're open full time.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's the
Okay.
time to visit.
Yeah, absolutely. The best time to visit. And
But we have May weekends
Yeah.
too. So let's talk a little bit about
Yeah,
those
yeah.
special promotions coming up. We have opening weekend, which
Mm-hmm.
adults are $37 and kids are $19.88.
Love that.
And then we have Mother's Day weekend where mom gets in free.
Will you please explain why 1988? Just
1988 is the year we opened,
Yes.
which we talked about earlier in the mail
Yeah,
train.
exactly.
So
So
that's why we have that number. And then Mother's Day weekend, mom gets in free. And then kids weekend, which youth get in free. So our youth ticket is for 7 and under.
Okay.
So youth get in free. And then we head into Heroes Weekend, which is our weekend for our military, veteran, police, firefighters, EMS. When they get in free, they have to show an ID,
Yeah.
but they get in free as well.
Thank you so much for your service. So
Absolutely.
we love that. Oh, so many fun things. And then Father's Day.
Father's Day weekend, dad gets in free. So we just do the same promotion as Mother's Day, but dad gets in free.
Okay.
And the water park's open.
Okay. What other things do we have going on in the summer? There's special days. We've got
That's it.
don't we have the cars that come?
Oh, that yes. Okay, so we have Coaster Classic, which
Okay,
is
yeah.
Labor Day weekend. So the
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday of Labor Day, we
Uh-huh.
have our Coaster Classic, which if you have a classic car that you want to enter into our classic car show, you can go onto our website and enter there. And then that's a great weekend because it's the last weekend of the water park.
Yeah.
Boulder Beach closes on Labor Day.
And you get a little something extra.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And then is that it?
That's it
That's
for
it. Yeah.
and still we get to September, and
Okay.
then we have Grandparents Weekend
Yes.
where grandma or grandpa get in for free per ticket purchase. So
Okay.
if you want grandma and grandpa to get in for free, you have to purchase 2 tickets.
That makes sense.
And then we have our Community Appreciation Weekends where we donate a portion of every ticket that gets purchased to the food banks.
yes, that's my favorite, of
Yep.
course.
And that
So,
all goes all the way through the end of the season, which is the 28th of September before we get into Scarywood.
awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I know. We'll talk about that.
We're already talking about Scarywood, but okay. Anything else on the calendar that you want to talk about in terms of that?
Not in terms of days.
Okay.
We'll head into like time of year to visit.
Okay. Okay.
Temperatures,
All that
weather,
good stuff.
and crowds. Yes.
Okay. So should we talk about where everyone's coming from?
Sure. Yeah.
I got to put together this cool infographic the other day, and it was super fascinating to me to kind of figure out where our crowds are typically coming from. And of course, the majority are our region.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot of British Columbia, Alberta, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. But to see some of the little regions and how those micro regions, I guess, Hood River.
Yeah.
Showing up, or like the whole Columbia River Gorge area.
The Columbia River Gorge is great.
Yeah,
they
you
come.
guys show up for us. It's crazy. That was a big number. Alberta,
Alberta's-
loves us.
Yep, especially up in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and people up in Edmonton, which is like 10 hours away, they drive down
Which
and they
is
visit.
awesome.
Yeah.
We love that so much.
We actually get at least one visitor from every single state
yeah.
comes and visits us every year. And every single province, almost every single province every year.
Yeah.
Some years we miss a province or two.
Okay,
but
that's really cool.
yeah. So that's, I mean, it's a destination for people when they come and visit the region. they usually, if they're coming to visit family or stuff, they
Yeah.
come out and they enjoy the park, which is great because that's what it's here for.
Yeah, exactly. My aunt's from Connecticut and they just moved to Florida, and she's always talking about, she's like, Sarah, you got to plan a reunion there and we'll come to Silverwood. We'll do the whole thing. And I was like, you know what? That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's so interested in, and she's over in Florida now, but she wants to come to Idaho because there's nothing like it. There really isn't.
Right.
So.
And at any given time, so July through August is kind of our busier time. And any given day, we can have 75% of our attendants are from out of the region.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
like not out of the region, like out of our immediate local market region.
Yeah.
And so we get a big percentage that comes from Western Washington. About 30% of our attendance comes from Western Washington, which is equivalent to about 30% of our attendance comes from our local market, which is Spokane and North Idaho.
Exactly, which is super cool.
And then Southeast Washington, which is the Tri-Cities area.
Yeah.
That's a big market for us too.
That's
and
definitely a big one.
Portland's growing into that Portland market, which includes kind of that Columbia Gorge and down into Salem and Vancouver in that Southwest Washington area.
And then our Montana crew as well. Yeah, just
Missoula
Yes.
is a good market for us, and even down into Boise a little bit, and we get 3%, 2.5% of our attendance comes from down there.
That's a drive.
Yeah, it's a
That's a
drive.
drive. A lot of people don't realize that. So if you're an out of towner and you're not,
or even in Washington or Oregon.
A lot of people don't realize Boise is nowhere near us, even though it's Idaho. That's a 8-hour drive.
It's down there.
It's down there.
So Idaho spans the distance of Washington and Oregon, and Boise's at the south side.
Yeah.
so
many people don't realize that. It's like thinking that Spokane and Seattle are right next to each other, and that's a whole state array, So definitely a little bit different and a much different environment up here in North Idaho than it is down.
Yeah,
in
we don't have the
southern Idaho.
potatoes.
No.
Like that. We have the beautiful mountains and forests.
Yes, and rivers. Lots of rivers, lots
and
of
lakes.
fishing. And
Yes.
much, much different than you probably are thinking in your head when you think Idaho.
Absolutely, yeah.
I haven't seen any potatoes, actually. So.
Me neither.
Okay, so let's talk about those anticipated days, the busy days, the slower days. What are you thinking? What are you seeing?
Well, I think we start with when people should visit, as far as because I know people are asking about weather.
Yeah.
So we'll go into weather because weather does play a factor
Big time.
in our crowds.
Yeah.
So overall, so every year, this is on average over the past 3 or 4 years, we get about 84 days of sunny weather.
Nice.
So that is maybe partly cloudy to no cloud in the sky. So a lot of sunny, beautiful theme park weather.
Yes.
And then about 10 days that are just overcast with no rain or no precipitation. And then 18 days that have at least some rain in it.
Yeah.
We don't like to say the R word of rain,
like it
but there are about 18 days. And if you are looking to visit on a day where the crowds are going to be light, visit on one of those overcast or maybe even light rain days, because typically weather moves through here really fast. And so once it's out, and we can have sunshine later in the day and it's perfect, and the crowds have gone, or they just chose not to show up that day.
And that's what's great about being able to choose what day you use your ticket for.
Right, exactly.
Is if you wake up and you were planning on coming and it's a rainy day, you can choose a different day because you didn't have a reserved day on your ticket. So for those that are looking to sneak in and have a nice calm day at the park, that's a great way to do it.
For sure. Well, and we've talked about June being one of those days when the water park's open. If you can sneak away and find a weekday in June, that's probably the best time to come as far as busyness. I know just the weather's a little more inconsistent in June.
Yeah.
So in June, we average about 19 days of sun, 5 days of overcast, and 8 days of rain, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So compare that to July and August, where we're 22 days of sun, 3 days of overcast, and anywhere in between 4 to 6 days of rain, and typically that's a heavy storm comes through quickly, or it's overnight or something like that.
Yeah. So you don't see a lot of it during the day, but June is always very, very temperamental here in the inland Northwest.
And
so
even we talk about May, especially Memorial Day weekend, we've had some really warm Mays. We've also had some really warm Septembers. So if those are the time frames, Memorial Day, specifically Memorial Day, is a great time to come and enjoy the water park. Because the crowds aren't as busy as the Saturdays and Sundays. Same thing with Labor Day at the end of the season.
Yeah. That was a fun one. I remember. That was a really fun one. So I never knew.
Yeah.
I never knew.
And
That's
then
interesting. Yeah.
As we go in, that's weather, but let's talk
Yeah.
about temperature too,
Okay.
because if
That-
you're coming to the water park, you want to enjoy like a nice warm day.
Yeah.
And I guess it depends on what do you define as warm,
Yeah.
because on average, overall, we get 2 or more days of like 100 degrees or more, which
Okay.
that's hot, right? But on those hot days
So
of 100
nice.
degrees and more, our crowds go down. It's actually typical of more of like a 70-degree day when it's 100 degrees because people, it's too
Yeah,
hot and
yeah.
they want to stay inside.
Especially with little kids and
yeah,
stuff
exactly.
like that. It can get tough.
So if you can come out during that time frame, that's and enjoy the water
Yeah.
park on a 100-degree day,
Mhm.
that's the great. Float the lazy river all
I have
day
a
long.
question.
Yeah.
Is the water heated?
The water is heated.
Okay, so on
Yeah.
those cooler days, the
Yes,
water is heated.
The water is heated.
Very
I mean, it's
nice.
not like bathtub
Yeah.
water, but it is.
But it's not
heated.
frigid.
Yes.
Yeah. So that makes
Yeah.
a difference too.
The water is
So,
heated.
mhm.
So looking at temperature, we average about 22 days in the 90s.
Okay.
And those are typically coming in July.
Yeah.
July is the big month where we have 11 of our 31 days in July are over 90.
Perfect here in July.
And a couple days in over the hundreds. Compare that to August, where we're about 8
Yeah.
days in the 90s. And so we start to cool off a little bit, especially towards the end of August.
Yeah.
Overall, we have like 39 days in the 80s, which to me, like
That's
85
perfect.
degrees
Yeah.
and sunny is perfect.
It's heavenly.
So,
And it still gets nice and kind of cooler in the
Yeah.
evening. You still feel that. Like, it's just, there's nothing like the weather here.
but even still,
Yeah.
like with that 80s, 39 days, 3 of those typically come in May.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
true.
can find that May day or June. We typically get about 8 days of 80 degrees. So especially towards the end of June, that's a great time to come out and
Yeah.
visit the park.
I always think like Ironman weekend here in Coeur d'Alene or like Hoop Fest
Hoop
weekend
Fest,
in
yep.
Spokane. Like there have been some hot,
Oh yeah.
hot.
yeah.
So if you're coming into town for one of those big events, put Silverwood on the map too. Great tie-in to some of the stuff you're going to be doing in town, and a great time to
and
visit.
especially with Hoop Fest because we do get some people from Hoop Fest that come out, especially after their games or
Yeah.
whatever. But not as many as you would think. And so that actually is a really good time frame, especially if the weather is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, go rinse off and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wait, no, don't rinse off here, but you know what I mean. Your muscles hurt. Come hang out.
Yes, relax.
Great way to do it. Yeah, exactly. So
But looking at this, the weather, I mean, July, August is definitely the more consistent weather. September, I mean, we have a couple days in the 90s, a couple days in the 80s, and then we're sitting right around the 70s for most of the time in September.
oh, and those leaves start to change, and
Yeah.
the park is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Well,
Absolutely.
it's always stunning.
It's always stunning, but it's a
extra
very
stunning.
different
Mhm.
stunning during that
Yeah,
time frame.
yeah. So
So now we'll lead into crowds.
okay.
So,
yeah. So how does that relate?
Yeah.
How does
So overall, our most busy weeks are between week 12 and week 16. And that might be
okay,
just
that
completely
means, yeah.
nothing to
Tell
you.
me what that means.
So what that means on our calendar is like July 19th through August 22nd. Those are our busiest weeks on the calendar.
okay.
So if you're coming during those times, we will tell you what days to come during those
Okay.
times.
Yeah.
Here coming up soon. But our least busy weeks, and I only pulled the weeks that the water park is open. We're open full time.
Okay.
So
yeah.
those are because everything else is a little bit different with the water
Yeah.
park not being quite open. So our least busy weeks is week 6 and 7, which is June 7th, which is the opening day of like prime season where we're
Okay.
open 7 days a week through June 20th.
Oh, okay.
So those are
June.
basically the middle of June is the least busy time as far as crowds.
Interesting. And I think in my head, I would have thought because everybody's like leading into summer break and whatnot, that would be the busiest.
Yeah, but there's so many people and kids, especially
Yeah.
in Washington and Oregon, that are not out of school yet.
That's true.
So
That's true.
in Idaho, up here at least, we get out of school
Yeah.
on the 6th. And so the
so
7th.
locals, listen up.
This is your
Mhm.
time to
Yeah.
come and visit the
Yeah,
park.
that's good to know. Great
Yeah.
local tip too.
Very good. So, I wanted to go down because some people will maybe they can't fit that in.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go month by month and talk about the busiest day in each month and the least busiest day
Jordan
in each
broke
month.
this stuff down for y'all. Let me tell you, like he got into it. So
Yeah. So May, we're
Okay.
going to talk.
May.
Busiest day or busiest promotion is Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
So that is the water parks open, our Heroes weekend, but that's Saturday and Sunday. And like we talked about
Okay.
Memorial Day, which is that Monday, is
That's
a
much.
very good day to come and visit the park,
Nice.
especially if
Okay.
you want to visit the water park.
And that might be a local thing too, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are traveling home on
Right.
Monday. And if you're close in the area, that's smart.
And that's what we find a lot is
Yeah.
that those travel days of people leaving are very good days to come and visit. And we'll talk about what days of the week are the best to come visit here soon too.
Yeah. What a great way to kick off the summer.
Yeah, and then our least busy weekend for May is Kids Weekend, which is the third weekend of May.
Okay.
But routinely, that has been our least busy promotion.
Just
so
crazy.
Come out and bring your
7 and
6-year-old,
under,
7-year-old,
yeah.
and get them in for free and have a great time because it's not going to be as busy as those other ones.
That's actually really interesting too.
Yeah.
I think, do people just not realize?
Well, I think, I don't know. I think the opening weekend is a cheaper ticket price. Mother's Day weekend, mom gets in free.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that's true.
Kids Weekend, it's if you're 3 to 7, that's the age
the
range
time.
that gets in free there.
Yeah. So,
But I mean, we haven't done Kids Weekend for very long. This is probably only our 4th year of doing Kids Weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of new. So we're getting the word out there. So spread the word.
Yes,
Tell everybody.
exactly. So moving into June,
Okay.
our most busy time frame in June is June 22nd through June 27th.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I think that's the Spokane and all them getting out
Okay,
of school.
okay,
You know,
okay.
they're
That makes
starting to make
sense.
their waves over.
Mm-hmm.
The least busy is the first week in June. So that is
The week after Memorial. So
the-
everyone's
the
exhausted.
week after Memorial, which we aren't open full time that
Yeah.
time. But May 31st and June 1st, when the water park is open, is an excellent weekend to come to visit the park.
Okay.
We don't have any promotions going that weekend,
Yeah.
but that keeps the crowds down.
Yeah, that's true. Because there's nothing really extra special going on. Just you being here.
Yeah,
That's
and the
extra
water park's
special.
open.
Yeah. Yeah. Having it to
And
yourself.
hopefully
that's
great
pretty
weather.
special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So, okay.
So that gets us into July, which I
Okay.
know that's when more people starting to visit.
Yeah.
So our most busy is the last week in July.
Last week.
That full, and we define week. We define week of Saturday through Friday because
Okay. Yeah.
our season starts on a Saturday, so a Saturday through Friday is that week.
That makes sense.
So the last full week in July. Our least busy is the first week in July.
4th of July weekend.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people are going to,
Yeah. So we used to be more busy during the 4th of July weekend because we used to have fireworks, but we
Yeah.
haven't done fireworks because of like fire danger and all that,
Yes,
and just making sure we're
yes.
protecting our forests.
Yeah.
So that weekend has become pretty good. 4th of July actually lands on a Friday this year.
Ooh, so it might be a little bit.
So that might be, 'cause
Yeah.
that's a day off for people.
Yeah.
But typically I think a couple years ago when 4th of July was on a Tuesday or when 4th of July was on a Thursday,
yeah.
people get that day off, but they'll naturally take the next day off as well.
Yeah,
And that is the
exactly.
busy day. So with 4th of July coming on a Friday, people might not actually be that busy because people are doing other things on the
That's
4th of July.
True.
But we don't have a lot of data on that. What I will say is July 6th, which
Yeah.
is the Sunday of that week, is going to probably be a really good day to visit because people are taking off and going back home after their 4th of July vacation.
Exactly. So again, another local tip there.
Another
So
local
if
tip.
you're close by or if you have an extra day of vacation, that's the day to
Yeah,
come.
July 6th will be
Yeah.
a great day.
Okay.
Moving into August,
Mhm.
our most busy is the first week in August.
Okay.
So that last week in July and that first week in
Mhm.
August are our busiest time frames. Especially
Best weather.
Right.
Yeah.
Great weather.
Yeah.
Kids aren't going back to school yet,
Yeah.
mostly, and sports really haven't started
Yeah.
and all that. With addition to that, Labor Day weekend
Okay.
with the Coaster Classic Car
Yeah,
Show and the
yeah.
last weekend, though that Saturday and Sunday are our busier, are right on track with how that first weekend is as
Yeah.
a busier weekend.
Yeah.
But our least busy is the last full week in August. So that would be
Really?
August 23rd through 29th. There's a lot of people that are going back and trying to get into that routine of going back to school
Yeah.
and maybe sports have started, especially like football has started.
Yeah,
And so it's great time to get that last hurrah before school
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
for the upcoming season.
Okay, that's good to know.
And then Labor Day, specifically, the Monday,
Monday.
is a good day to get that last hurrah in because a lot of people have gone back, especially if they've come in from Western Washington or
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah. All those long drives. Yeah.
Yes. And then September, our last one, September. If you want to come in September, our most busy weekend is Grandparents' Weekend, which is the second, which is really the first full weekend this year in September.
I love seeing Grandma and Grandpa on the roller coasters. It's one of my favorite things. So yeah, and they love it too. So don't count out Grandma and Grandpa. They love rides just as much as kids.
So many grandparents on roller coasters, and they are just smiling from ear to ear. Because I mean, I talked to my grandma, and she's like, I used to love roller coasters all the time, and some of that just never runs out, and they want to continue to ride the roller coasters.
And I feel like sometimes they get left out because people assume like that they won't want to do it, but no, they do. They really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've seen it. Yeah, exactly. So.
And then our least busy is the second or third weekend in September, which is the weekends right before our last weekend of Silverwood, because people like last hurrah to use my season pass. And so second and third weekends, which is our community appreciation weekends, which does have a cheaper ticket. Yeah. Part of your...
And it goes to charity.
It goes to the local food banks. But those are great weekends to come out because usually the weather's pretty good still in September. But the crowds have died down quite a bit.
Yeah. And so for locals, again, if you want to help out your local community, that's a great time to go. I mean, we get to deliver these checks to these food banks every year, and they are so grateful, and they're so much in need. So, if you want to come out, those are some great days to come. So
now, so if you have to visit during those busier times, we're going to go day by day.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Jordan has broken it down. Okay,
so not day by day, like in that time frame, just like in a week's period, what are the best days to visit? Yeah. And so I'm just going to make the assumption, and Saturday, we're going to just say is 100%. Okay. Yeah. Always. And so Saturday is 100% always going to be our busiest days of the year or of the week. And if you can only come on a Saturday, we're going to do a future podcast on how to attack a Saturday.
Yes.
And make it the best day ever still.
Yeah.
But going down from there, so Saturday being the most busy, we're going to go second busiest is Fridays.
Yep.
We're open later on Fridays. We're still open until 10 like we are on Saturdays. Okay. So that is a busier day, but it's 82% of our Saturdays.
Okay.
So,
and tell everybody what the normal hour is during the weekdays. So
we're open 11 to 9 Sunday through Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday we're open 11 to 10. So you get an extra hour.
Yeah.
And hopefully that helps with like the bigger crowds.
Exactly.
And then moving down, what do you think it is? Third busiest
Tuesday.
Wrong.
Oh.
It is actually Monday. Monday is our third busiest day, and it's 79% of a Saturday.
I never guessed a Monday.
Yep, Monday.
Okay.
And I think like the psychological thing behind that is people also would never guess a Monday.
Yeah.
Because,
so everybody guesses Monday, and then
it becomes our third busiest day of the week.
That's true. Okay.
So, but because Sunday is typically a travel day, people come, they travel on Sunday, and they get here and they attend on Monday.
Okay, that makes sense.
Fourth busiest, which is
Tuesday.
Nope.
No.
Thursday. Thursday is our
I've got Tuesday
our fourth busiest, which is 71% of a Saturday. Okay. So you've dropped quite a bit. 30% of the attendance is not going to be there compared to a Saturday.
Tuesday.
Fifth is actually Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes. Sunday is 69.6% of Saturday. So a lot of people that are very surprised by that when they hear Sundays is like fifth busiest. You know, it's like, and that goes back to people travel on that day. Yeah. So they'll come on a Saturday and then they'll leave on a Sunday, or people will come in on a Sunday and visit on a Monday.
I came on a Sunday the one time that I came with Dad after I started last year. And it was perfect.
It's a great day out.
Yeah. Tuesday
is correct.
I knew it was coming.
Yes, you had a 50-50 guess.
I did, yeah.
So our second least busy day is a Tuesday. So 69.2% of a Saturday. So Sunday and Tuesday are very similar. And they're only 0.4% difference.
So what's Wednesday?
Wednesday is 68.67%. So basically Sunday, even Thursday at 71%. Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are your days to come visit, because you're definitely not going to have the crowds like you would on a Saturday or even a Friday.
Take a day off in the middle of the week. That's a way to spend your hump day. Like, exactly. Split it up. make the work week a little bit easier.
Right. Or if you can't, come on a Sunday.
Or just call in sick.
There you go.
I didn't tell you
You
to do
did
that.
You did not hear that here.
I did not tell you to do that. Do not say Sarah said.
Right.
That's not going to go over well with your boss, I promise. So
that's
Okay,
all about the
good to know.
crowds.
Okay.
So now with this visitor guide, we want to talk about like what's new for 2025
oh my
that
gosh.
you don't want to miss.
Yeah, all sorts of good stuff. What should we start talking about?
I
I mean, there's Tremors, right? Do you think?
So Tremors
Yeah.
is the newest thing in the rides department.
Yeah.
So rides, we're redoing Tremors. We've talked about it on other podcasts that you can go and listen to about exactly what's happening. So we're not going to spend a lot of detail here, but we're retracking it. New trains. It's going to be very smooth, and it's going to have a lot quicker throughput for people.
Yes, and for those grandparents that are a little bit worried about riding it, it's going to smooth. Oh, it's going to be
nice.
Yeah, so don't worry about your back. Everything's going to be fine because it is going to be smooth as butter this year, and you can listen to last week's podcast to get all the details on that. So with RMC, what else is new in the park?
Food and
this
beverage.
year?
So I asked our food and beverage director
Yes.
to send me a list of everything that's new, and she sent me like 5 slides worth of stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us.
Okay.
I want to know everything.
We're going to start with venues.
Okay.
New venues
Yes.
this year. We have Cosmos Cantina.
I'm so
which
excited about
is
this.
dry ice, cocktails, and mocktails in the Theater of Illusion. So,
Edible glitter.
and there's some edible glitter in there as well. But we have really fun names for these, and they have like you can make your own, which you can choose like a flavor, and then you could add alcohol or non-alcohol and have it just be a mocktail, so it's family friendly. If your kid wants a really cool bubbling Cosmos Cantina
They're so
drink,
cool too.
you don't. You don't have to have
Yeah.
any alcohol in it, so it is family friendly. Grab it when you're watching the magic show.
It looks
and
like
enjoy
Magic
it.
Potion.
It's really cool.
So cool. I saw the blue one the other day when
Yeah.
I was in there visiting the bunnies. And and it's like swirly glitter and then the dry ice, and it doesn't even look real. It looks like
it's
Harry
really
Potter
cool.
or something or
It's
other,
really cool. It's
wizards
very
or whatever.
popular.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool. So
So what-
especially while you're
Rochelle-
sitting there.
Rochelle today in the meeting said it was going to be bigger than blood bags, which we know how big blood bags were for
Yeah.
Scarywood. So we'll see where that
It's
goes.
because there's more edible glitter.
Yeah. Okay. The other new venue that we have is called Sweet and Salty, and this is over in Boulder Beach. It is where the old Chicken Shack used to be by Velocity Peak, and it is like soft serve ice cream with French fries that you can dip in. You can have French fries or you can have churro fries if you want more sugar. And then you can dip it into
amazing.
your soft serve and eat it that way. I know a lot of people do that at like fast food
Yes, they do.
restaurants. And so
Myself included.
we're really excited for this because we do have some new flavors as well. We have like a malt that you could get to dip your French fry in.
Oh my gosh. And we did a little taste test. We took
We
some
sure
photos.
have.
We had a photo shoot though, Jordan. You missed
I
out on the
missed on
photo
that,
shoot.
yeah.
We took a sweet and salty photo shoot, which was the best day. And she was actually telling me that the ice cream even is made differently this year. And so it's a lot more flavorful. And it is. Let me tell you.
And it
is. So yes, you're really going to enjoy what we've got going on there.
Okay, so now
What
we're gonna
else?
go in just to the items and the new area in the venues, not the new
Okay.
venues, but just venues that you're used to.
Okay.
And we're gonna fly through these.
Okay.
So, ice creamery, we have a new orange and vanilla swirl ice cream and a dairy-free vanilla ice cream.
Oh, nice. Dairy free. Good. So helping out with those allergens and everything. Okay.
And then also in here, and we've talked about this, is the float to goes are going to be in the ice creamery.
So excited.
And so you could get a root beer float, or you can get like a creamsicle float with
the orange cream
Or-
or the orange soda with the vanilla, right?
yes, yep.
Okay. But what was your one that you?
Mine was a Tootsie Roll float, which
Oh.
was Dr. Pepper and chocolate ice cream.
Can they do that?
I don't. She didn't say. So
maybe that's a secret menu item, and you can ask.
We'll see.
She'll get mad. She'll be like, "Man."
Let's head over to Sugar Shack.
Okay, Sugar Shack.
Elephant ears are new this year.
yes.
We've had elephant ears, but the whole like the breading, the batter, whatever, is brand new.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to make them more authentic.
That's some of the feedback that we got in our surveys, which we do read, was to have better elephant ears. So definitely try that and let us know if they're better.
Yep.
Let's go to High Moon Saloon.
Mm.
We have a Tillamook cheddar Swiss and Havarti panini, or it's like a grilled
Cheesy
cheese.
goodness is
Yeah,
what it is.
It's a grilled
yeah.
cheese, so that sounds great.
I
And
can feel the grease dripping off my chin. Just
And then pulled pork on ciabatta,
Ooh,
which sounds
that
great.
sounds really good. Yeah.
And last is a hummus wrap. So trying to get some of those more healthy items into High Moon Saloon, where you could sit and listen to an awesome show by Marvin and Friends.
And that hummus wrap is supposed to be really, really yummy. I've heard really good things. So
Right. We'll have to try it and
Ooh,
let us
taste
know.
testing, yes.
This one, let's go to Rapids Grill
Okay.
and Country Barbecue. So this is going to be in both items. So we have the smoked turkey legs, which is coming back to Rapids Grill, but also coming into
To the
Country
dry park.
Barbecue.
Yep.
So excited about that.
I have a question, Jordan, real quick. Can they bring their turkey leg onto the roller coaster?
No.
Okay. Just
That
letting you know.
That is a hazard.
Just
Eat
making
it
sure we
before-
put it out there because I
Yes.
know there are influencers out there that are like, ooh, I'm going to get my
Oh,
picture.
no,
you know
please
they
don't.
are. Yeah.
Yes.
So no, not allowed.
That is
Don't try it.
not, no,
Don't do it.
that is a little bit of a danger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicken and waffles.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, chicken and waffles into Rapids Grill and Country
I love
Barbecue.
Chicken and waffles.
And then a spicy chicken sandwich, which I
very
know
nice.
that's popular. I'm not a spicy person at all, but I know a lot of people do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in the Rapids Grill, so we're gonna head over to the water park specifically, just in Rapids Grill, personal pizzas.
Oh,
So
really?
they used to be in Sapphire Kitchen, and now they're gonna be moved over into Rapids Grill. So it's a really fast grab and grow.
Nice. Yeah. Just grab and go. In and
Grab
out.
and go. Grab and go. Not grab and grow. Grab and go.
I mean, I guess you could try to plant it and grow more pizzas, but I don't think that
It doesn't
would
work that
yeah.
way.
So
Nope. And then in Sapphire Kitchen, they are doing like the Hawaiian bowls still.
yeah.
And so they have a sweet and sour pork bowl this
Ooh,
year.
Okay.
Fried rice, egg rolls, and dumplings. All that is new
Dumplings?
for 2025. Yeah.
I do love dumplings.
Oh, it was So,
Yum.
and if you didn't have it last year, it was really, really good. So definitely try that out.
So
Sapphire
yummy.
Kitchen, which used to be the old Granite Grill.
Okay. Okay.
At all the bars in the water park, they have snack trays, which she's calling them like
Oh.
adult snack trays because they have like Tillamook cheddar and some fruit and all that.
That's which is really good. If you're drinking, please try to eat something too. In that heat of that sun, those snack trays can come in really handy so that you don't get wiped out too quick.
And then other things, just other random things that are cotton candy. We've talked about this, but
Upgrade.
sour worm, cotton candy, huckleberry, caramel apple, and watermelon.
Yes, and she's using natural flavors this year, so they're healthier. Because cotton candy can be healthy
I don't
in
know.
my mind. And
In your
edible
mind,
glitter.
okay.
And edible glitter.
Yes.
Yes. So
And then our sports bottles are brand new design this year.
so
They're very cool this year.
Oh my gosh.
And then our souvenir Pilsner cup is new this year too.
Yes.
And that has a new design that's been designed by our graphic designer, Alan Crosswhite, and it's awesome.
Can I just talk real quick about the sports cup with the
Yes,
stickers?
yes.
It looks like, if you're like me, you love putting stickers on all of your water bottles. Well, now you don't have to because it literally looks like it's got all the different ride stickers on
Yes.
it already.
It's
very
really cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
So let's move over to retail. New clothing in all stores.
Yes.
So she says that she buys about 60% new stuff every year for clothing. So definitely check that out.
And we
Add
got to
your
go
wardrobe.
through and
Oh,
we
you-
got to
yeah.
like check which ones we like the best. So she goes through like the whole entire staff and we get to go through and like tell her which ones we like the best. It's a really fun day.
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of really cool new designs. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we're excited for that too. And then last four on the retail side, which retail runs our games department.
Mhm.
They bought two new games. One is
mom
called
wants- yeah.
Tilt-A-Wheel, and the other one is called Over/Rush. And these can be found in the arcade. She's
put
still
it-
trying. Her mouth is full of fudge.
It's so good.
Oh man. So I actually played the Over/Rush at IAPA
Oh, okay.
when we were there. It's like, so how this game works is like you have almost like different like tap levers to pull, and they're like icy
Oh.
flavors.
Okay. I think you were telling
Yeah.
us about those. Yeah.
And so
yeah.
like the cup's full, and you have to fill the cup and not spill it, or else it takes time, and it slides in, then you fill it, and then it slides out. It's a really fun game.
That's
So
kinda fun, yeah.
try that game
Okay.
out.
Okay.
And then they also got a new photo booth. So the photo booth that's on the front.
Fun.
People love taking photos in the photo booth.
Mhm.
So that's all. That's on the retail side.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that we really have
I know what you missed.
left to talk about is entertainment.
But what about the box? The new box for the gems at the mine.
Oh yeah, there's new
Yes,
box of gems.
yes.
I just told her to hit me the high points.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a
There's a
high
lot.
point because I love rocks.
Okay. At the mine shack,
Mhm.
you can, instead of a little baggie to put your gems, your rocks in, you can put it in a
Keepsake
keepsake box. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Very cool. So Okay.
And then entertainment. Last thing, there's a lot that's new this year.
There is so much new this year.
So entertainment. We're really excited about the new entertainment that we have. The train show, specifically. Can
you give us any little hints?
The Silver Mine section of the train show is brand new. And so they're actually working on it today, which is kind of fun. I would say the biggest hint is if you rode the train prior to 2021, there's some more elements that are more stunt. We're bringing back some of the stunt.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah,
stunt elements into the show, which is really fun.
Have you tried any?
Oh yeah.
How'd you do?
It was so fun.
Well, he's not broken, so that's
I'm not
good.
broken. No, it's very fun.
Okay.
So that's awesome. We love to have more new things there.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvin Show, we added these little vignettes, so 3-minute vignettes, 3 to 4 minute vignettes that will play every 5 to 10 minutes. So when you're in there eating your panini or your pulled pork ciabatta or whatever, maybe hummus wrap, you can listen to like their banter back and forth. And they're just little like mini shows that just continue the atmosphere around the park.
So there's no like dead silence, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're still doing the Marvin's and Friends show, which will be more of like our stage type performance show. There's no actors involved, but it's them talking, and they have like a little story to tell, which is always fun for the kids. And a lot of grown-ups and a lot of adults are laughing because the music that we play in there is definitely geared towards adults.
Yeah, there's a little bit of something for everyone in those shows. So
you'll recognize a lot of the songs, which is really fun. And then the Engineers, which is our singing group, they have new songs they're singing. They'll also be traveling around the park more this year.
I love that they're getting out.
Pop-up sets because those are very popular. And we redid how we get around, and so we can be a lot more mobile, which is cool.
Yes, that's going to be amazing.
And then the very last thing that I will touch on with entertainment is the Magic Show. And we're going to do a full episode on the Magic Show because everything is so new in there. It is basically a brand new show from the floor up. And we have some really cool new aerialists that are involved. And it's circus
new contraptions.
Yes.
I was in there helping train the bunnies the other day. Sorry, Jordan. I know.
Okay.
I got to hold the bunny.
Yep.
I was the bunny holder. They had to make sure that the lighting for the bunny was correct because the bunny is very important. But those contraptions, I don't even know what you would call them. But the things,
illusions.
Contraptions.
Yeah.
It's just, they're scared. Like, wow. There's some crazy stuff that's going to happen this season.
It's going to blow people's mind.
It's really going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
So
that will
bigger and better than before.
That will debut opening weekend, May 3rd.
Yeah.
So if you come opening weekend, you'll be the first to see this new show that Nick Norton's been dreaming of for a long time. And I think it's going to really wow some people.
I think so too. And the bunnies.
And the bunnies.
And you get to see the bunnies. They're so cute. And Gypsy's been waiting for her flight, man. She has been waiting. So, it's going to be a good one for sure.
So, overall, I think that pretty much covers everything new that you can experience this year, which is a lot of new things. There's some other subtle things that you might not even recognize that are happening around the park. But like I know Custodial is really excited about new paper towel dispensers in every bathroom.
I noticed.
So they're very quiet.
I know. I didn't even know how to make it work because it had worked.
Yeah.
It was so quiet. I didn't realize that it had actually already given me my paper towel. So, that's great.
So it's the little things in life. It's the little things. And so, also, I guess another thing that I just thought of is in the water park over by Rapids Grill, we have changing rooms that we're putting in out there. Those are needed because the closest changing rooms are pretty far away. And so these are little just changing rooms, little like pop-up changing rooms that are over there that you can go. And especially if you claim a spot over in those cabanas and villas, this is your spot to go and change into that swimsuit or change out of that swimsuit, depending on what time of the day is.
To go into the dry park. So that's going to make life a lot easier because walking around with the squish all day is never ideal.
Yeah. Well, we've given a lot of tips. We've given a lot of this. I think it's time to wrap it up, and we won't be doing Inside Scoop because we gave about
I think that was an inside
it was
scoop.
A full inside scoop.
The whole episode was an inside scoop. I say we call it off. That's it. Till next week. Thanks so much for listening. And that's a wrap on this week's ride.
That wasn't even that scary.
Thanks for tuning in to the Silverwood Show. If you had a blast, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the fun with your fellow thrill seekers. Got a question, story, or suggestion? Send it our way to podcast@silverwoodthemepark.com for a chance to be featured in our Mail Train segment. Until next time, keep your hands and feet inside the podcast and stay thrilling.
Let's go again.
Silverwood, come join